What's up? What's up?
So, talk about the win that you had last time out. I guess just how important was it for you to get back in the win column?
Yeah, man, that's amazing, brother. I need that, The last two split decision, I think I won both, but at the end of the day, they not give me, and yeah, I can finish the last one by knockout. I love to finish the fight by knockout, and man, super happy with that, and we continue in that way.
How difficult was the two split decisions, right? Because you thought you won, but you didn't. So, I mean, what does that do to your head? Like, mentally, do you question everything?
Are terrible, man. I never in my career lose two fights in a row. And in this time, two losses in a row, but both two split decisions. A lot of people thinking they won, and I thinking they won, especially Michel Pereira, But in the end of the day, you don't have to, And yeah, for sure, it's a lot of pressure, when I go to Morono, I also change everything in the last minute, I changed the opponent this week, I supposed I'm going to fight with a Sapo guy. They put me a Junkie. They come in with 4 victories in a row, nothing to lose. Thank God I can finish. Thank God I think I can show again that, ready for stay with the best welterweights, in the division. I come in doing my work. I won 9 fights in my last 12, 2 in a split decision. Close fight with the tough guys, always fighting with the tough guys. Again, they give me a big name, I think Kevin Holland is a very tough guy. And one of the biggest names in the company. And good victory over him. They're going to put me in the conversation for the title.
What did you think about the matchup with Holland? Because there seems to be kind of a way to beat him, which is his grappling isn't necessarily at the highest level, but I know you like to kind of go out and fight a little bit and throw hands. So I guess, what do you think stylistically about the matchup?
Brother, I don't care what my opponent is going to do, I know him, he can punch it, he can kick, he can have good submission, he coming improve in every fight, So good fighter, but in the end of the day, I don't care too much about what my opponent is gonna do. My plan is always the same: go inside to the cage, go forward, and punch in the face. I know I'm gonna catch one with my hand, and when my hand catch him, I'm gonna feel him a lot of pain.
Are you expecting him to be talking to you in the cage?
Maybe him talking, maybe no. We don't know. We'll see. Supposed to Pereira gonna do a lot of crazy things in my fight, and he not did nothing. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but for sure not gonna affect me. Where we say in Brazil, "Eu sou macaco velho." I have a lot of experience in this game. I don't care if he gonna talk him. Fuck it. I'm gonna punch him face in the same shit.
Love it. Last thing for me, with a win, what is the goal here? I mean, you said 2 losses, but so close, split decisions. I mean, do you feel like you still need to be talked about at the top of the division, facing the very best?
Of course. I feel I have everything to have my chance for the belt and be champion of the world. I'm working for that. I take the challenge the UFC give me. I'm not asking for this fight. They come in with this fight. I say, of course, yes. I know this is a challenge. I know this guy is tough. But I know I'm ready to finish him and to show to the world I'm ready to be in the best welterweights, and I'm ready to take my opportunity for the belt.
Santi, por acá.
Danny.
Santi, can you put into words what December 2022 meant for you? Not only knockout win, you snapped the losing streak, but also Argentina campeón.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. Well, we continue, we continue the party after the World Cup. But, special for me, very important, because what I was talking, 2 losses, but 2 split decision. Man, this is so bad, feeling that. I never had two losses in a row in my career, and so close both, and thank God I can finish by knockout the way that I want to finish the fight. That make me happy, and for sure I come in super motivated for this fight.
And I talked to Guido Canetti, and he was mentioning how the World Cup win gave him so much energy as an Argentinian athlete, so much pride. I'm wondering, what did it do to you? Because certainly a huge moment for the country, and we saw what it did for the entire Argentina.
No, for sure, man. That was crazy, brother. I told before that happened, we're going to be champion of the world, and it's crazy, brother. 6 million people in the street in Argentina doing crazy things, It's a big passion in Argentina, the soccer, and that was amazing atmosphere. And we continue the party, we continue to celebrate, and we continue celebrating after this Saturday, after I finish Holland.
Yeah, and obviously Argentina, you're always repping it, but I know South Florida and Miami has a special place in your heart, is your second home. How good does it feel to be fighting at home? And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Argentine flags there in the crowd.
Yeah, sure, for sure, man. There's a lot of Argentinian people, and Miami is the capital from Latin America. There's a lot of Latin people here, and I represent the heart, the Latin Americans, and I represent, the la raza, that we have. And man, I'm ready to put everything in the cage. I don't care how hard I need to work for this victory. I'm gonna take these victories I give to my people.
Do you think the UFC should make this a destination where they come annually, like once a year or something? Because Miami, almost 20 years without a UFC event, and as you mentioned, a huge Hispanic market plus Hispanic MMA has been on the rise.
Right. I think they need to come in more often. I don't know what is the reason why they're not coming here to Miami. You say 20 years. I'm super happy to be part of this car after 20 years. They're biking here, and this amazing car in the main car. I'm very, very happy. And yeah, for sure, I think they need to come in more often.
Thank you.
Santiago, over here. Kevin's last fight against Stephen Thompson, they kind of made a deal that they wouldn't shoot for takedowns and they wanted to do only stand-up in there. Obviously, after a while, Kevin did shoot for a takedown. But if Kevin came to you and said, no takedowns, stand-up only, would you be happy with that, or do you just want to mix everything up?
I don't care, brother. I don't care what he gonna do, brother. He gonna step in front of me, I gonna punch him face. I don't care if he tried to take me down, the only floor, only striking. I'm ready for everything. I'm ready to smash this guy. I don't care what he gonna say in the octagon or he gonna do. My plan are the same. I'm gonna take him head off.
What are your thoughts on Colby Covington coming back and getting supposedly the next title shot after not fighting for you?
I don't know, man. I don't understand. This guy don't fight too much and always pick up the fights. To be honest, I think they have other fighters that deserve more the opportunity than Colby Covington. This is what I think, That's the decision of the company. Of course, he's a competitive guy, but I think, that he not deserve because he not fighting too often and he always very tricky to take the fight. But if this is what the company say, we will see what is going to happen in this fight.
The final one for me, what do you think of the main event between Alex and Israel, the rematch?
Wow, man, that's going to be fireworks, man. It's the last chance to Israel to take, the victory and finish with this nightmare, That's very important for him. I think the psychological factor, is the most important for Israel. He should have the abilities to beat this guy. We will see what is to happen, but that's, amazing main event.
Santi, aquí atrás. Escucha. Bueno, quería saber si me puedes contar en español un poquito cuáles son tus sensaciones para esta pelea, sabiendo el rival, que tu rival, si bien quizás viene de 2 derrotas también, son peleas importantes las que ha tenido. Y bueno, quería saber cómo te sientes y al respecto para la comunidad latina que también te quiere escuchar hablar en español.
Creo que Kevin Holland es uno de los grandes nombres de la compañía. Si bien 2 derrotas no creo que lo representen porque una fue contra Chimaev, cambio en las 24 horas, división de peso, un oponente totalmente diferente al que tenía pactado, y después una pelea con Thompson que lo estaba haciendo bien, la estaba hasta incluso ganando, y después de que se rompe la mano comienza a pelear, de otra manera y la termina perdiendo. Si lo hubiera ganado tal vez estaría entre los 6, 7 de la división. Entonces creo que mostró que es un peleador competitivo en las 170 libras. Anteriormente había tenido 2 victorias sobre Tim Means y Alex Oliveira muy buenas, 2 finalizaciones. Creo que es un peleador que en las 170 libras se encaja bien y es muy competitivo. Y creo que es un desafío, Es un peleador difícil, un peleador complicado, pero creo que soy mejor. Así que estoy preparado para arrancarle esa victoria. Cueste lo que cueste, lo voy a dejar todo adentro del octágono, voy a mostrar el corazón latino que tengo, mostrar la garra latina y regalarle esta victoria a toda mi gente.
Sé que lo dijiste en inglés también, pero si podrías repetirlo, ¿cómo crees que una victoria este sábado te deja posicionado dentro de la división?
Mira, creo que como lo dije, Holland viene mostrando que es un peleador de alto calibre, es uno de los nombres grandes dentro de la compañía y creo que mi trabajo lo vengo haciendo muy bien. Vengo peleando con tipos duros constantemente y vengo obteniendo buenos resultados. Fueron 9 victorias en las últimas 12, 2 decisiones divididas que perdí, que mucha gente piensa que las gané, entonces creo que estoy mostrando que estoy ahí en la elite del deporte. Una buena victoria sobre Kevin Holland me va a posicionar ya cerca del título y de hacer una pelea que me lleve al título mundial.
Gracias.
Just for context, the first question was regarding his opponent, Kevin Holland, as a whole. Not only for that, but just to speak to the Latin community that loves him so much. 2 things about Kevin Holland. The first one is a great fighter, and a fighter that does if the last 2 losses actually impact his opinion of Kevin Holland, they don't, because he's a great fighter and someone that just look at the last 2 losses, one against Yurmaev with so many changes before that card, so many minutes changes, and then what happened with Stephen Thompson, everything was okay. He was actually doing pretty well, and it could have gone a different way. Had he won that fight, he might have stayed in the 6th, 7th in the division. Everything would have been all right. So I do respect him a lot, but I have a plan, and I'm going to come out at him regardless. And the second thing, I know you said it in English, but where does it, what happens to you if you actually win this fight? And basically, if I win this fight, I do believe that I'm going to be positioned well in the division. I think I should be. I've had 9 wins in my last 12 fights. The split decisions were kind of questionable, and I do believe I could position myself for a title coming up.
Santi, I don't know if,
Danny.
sorry, just one real quick. Santi, I don't know if you saw, but Kevin Holland tried to DM you on Instagram.
Yeah.
He posted something on his Instagram, like a DM screenshot.
About the
saying-
weight?
Yeah, taking the fight at 178 or 185.
Somebody told me about that, for I don't check into my the Instagram, but listen, if you don't know, we sign a contract. In the contract, say the weight. If he want to change the weight, he need to do before sign the contract. I don't care, man. We can talking about everything, just everything about money, you know. If put money, we talking. I don't have problem, you know, but he signed a paper. They say 170, brother. I don't care what he gonna talking. Fuck it.
Yeah. After hearing that or seeing that, is there any concern that he might not make the weight because he's trying to get the fight to be at a higher weight?
I don't care, man. I start to sweat right now, man. He signed the paper. They say paper say 170 plus 1 pound. 171 is the limit of the division. I start running right now. The Suns are very good here in Miami. I don't care what he gonna do, man. I doing my work.
Thank you.
To follow up on Danny's earlier question, I'm just curious, with the support of American Top Team being so close to here too in Miami and having the fight here, what is it like for you to have other fighters on the card, but also have coaches, trainers, and other fighters at the show supporting you?
Are great, man. I feeling home here. I was living for my last 10 years here in Miami, training America Top Team. Super happy to have this opportunity. The car is it's an amazing car. I'm super happy to be here, part of that.
And my last question is, this week they announced a merger between UFC and WWE, the Pro Wrestling Sports Entertainment. And I'm just curious if you have any thoughts on that, and even entertaining pro wrestling or trying to do WWE later on.
Why not? Why not, man? I think there's a big improve for the company. They're great, There's the showing they are in the highest level always, UFC now. I think that's gonna help a lot to the company. I'm happy with that, for sure.
Hey, Santiago, I'm going to ask in Portuguese, okay? We're from Brazil. Fala pouquinho da luta pro pessoal do Brasil, como que você vê essa luta se desenrolar?
Eu acho que ele é um cara habilidoso, né? Ele chuta, ele é bem comprido para a divisão, tem um alcance muito bom, ele tem um boxe bom, né? Uma mão direita perigosa, tem sometimentos, é um cara completo. Mas ele, no jogo dele, ele dá brechas. Ele deixa brechas para brincar, o estilo dele dá brechas. E eu sou um cara, como eu falei, eu sou um macaco velho, eu estou preparado para capitalizar os erros dele dentro do octágono. Então, eu sei que não vai ser uma luta fácil, mas eu estou pronto para, quando ele errar, acabar com ele.
Você acha que aquela falação toda, aquele estilo meio desbochado dele incomoda, atrapalha ou não?
Eu não estou nem aí, mano. Se ele quiser falar, pode falar. Quando ele estiver falando, está socando na cara dele, ele está sentindo muita dor. Eu não sei se ele vai ter tempo de falar nessa luta, mas se ele tentar falar, ele vai ser interrompido pelos meus golpes.
The first thing, can you just say some things about Kevin Holland as a fighter? How do you see him as skillful? As far as the skill set, well, he's a very skilled guy. He's a complete fighter. He does have a strong punch. He has a great right. He does kick. He's got a lot of range. But you know what? I mean, I don't care. I just feel that I'm more complete than him, and I can beat him. But again, I'm gonna go at him all the way. And Word asked, what about all this talking that he's been doing all the week? He's like, I don't care. I don't really care about the talking. He can talk. I mean, he's going to be talking a lot while I'm punching him in the face. So then he can talk. And to Santiago's point, he actually mentioned a saying in Brazil, eu sou macaco velho. I'm an old monkey, man. That's what we say in Brazil. So come at me. You're going to get it. He can do all the talking while I'm punching him in the face.
Uma última pergunta. Como que você vê a luta do Poatan com o Adesanya se desenrolar?
Cara, eu acho que Israel Adesanya já mostrou, não, que ele está na elite do esporte, ele tem um nível técnico para acabar com essa luta. Eu acho que o mais importante vai ser o fator psicológico, não? Como vai lidar com essa pressão. A última oportunidade dele é acabar com esse pesadelo, né, de Poatan, não? 2 derrotas no K1, agora perdendo o título mundial contra ele. Ele sabe que é a última oportunidade. Vamos ver como ele lida com essa pressão, não? Com a pressão da oportunidade de acabar com isso, né? Se isso não vai gerar uma ansiedade, se isso não vai generar algo que ele se expoa na luta. Se ele lutar tranquilo com todos os recursos, eu acho que ele vai sair vencedor da luta. Mas o fator psicológico é uma questão que às vezes gera muita pressão e a gente não sabe como ele vai reagir a isso.
On the main event, just commenting on the fact that this might be the last chance for Israel Adesanya to actually avenge all the losses to Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is such a he proved that he actually belongs in this. But you don't know if this nightmare in his head could generate anxiety to help him maybe lead to mistakes. And if he can actually have a very chill fight, he can actually play his own game, he might be able to avenge his losses.
Santiago over here. Your fight here against Kevin Holland, you're actually the biggest betting underdog you've been in your entire career in the UFC. I'm just kind of curious if you think about that, if you embrace the opportunity to play spoiler.
Sorry, I don't understand. Repeat, please.
You're the biggest betting underdog you've ever been in your entire UFC career in this upcoming fight against Kevin Holland. I'm just kind of curious if you think
I
about
am the
that.
big underdog on the fight?
Yeah, you were the biggest underdog you've ever been in your UFC
I don't know
career.
that, man, but I don't care. I don't care, brother. I'm gonna kill this guy, man. Let's go, make money, man. Let's go, guys.
Awesome. And then the last question, you talked about how exciting the main event's going to be. I'm just curious if you have a take on who you think is actually going to win that one.
Man, that's how I talking about that, man. If I think Israel Adesanya doing everything good, he can stay with the victory, but I don't know who. I don't know what his reaction for the pressure that this fight create, right? It's more the abilities. It's more just only the abilities. It's a big point, it's psychological on this fight, If he are good in the man, I think he's going to take the victory. Thank you, guys.